Daniel is a Peeker user. I'd love for you to introduce yourself a little bit here, Daniel, to the crowd.
Yeah, for sure. So I run a lead generation agency called DM Outreach, and our primary, way of helping our clients is using cold emails. And here we are working with Peeker and getting the best results that we've seen so far.
Great. Yeah, I mean, that's exciting to hear. So thanks so much for taking some time to lead this testimonial video. But I wanted to learn a little bit more about your previous experience with other inbox providers and other inbox solutions and email infrastructure. I know you've used a lot, so be really keen to kind of hear your previous problems.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've used a lot of different inbox providers. Specifically, I think the main one is Hypertype. And though I even have like real-time data, like right now, Peeker have been warmed up 50 days, has a 7.5% reply rate, 0% bounce rate, versus the ones that are under Hypertide that are warmed up for 64 days, but you have like a 4% reply rate, 1.3% bounce rate. And maybe these metrics are minute in comparison, but for cold emails, especially when you're working on a performance basis, every percentage counts, even half percentages counts heavily. So just seeing these type of results come in, and one of the other things I do want to mention is with certain providers, they'll say that you shouldn't be ESP matching, you shouldn't be doing XYZ certain things, and really Peeker has disproved those type of things where I'm able to match Peeker's inboxes to Google specifically and to other sort of email service providers and email hosts, and there hasn't been any sort of issues with that, versus the other ones where I see that there has been a lot of increase in spam when I try to match ESPs and such.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely some fair points. I know like ESP matching's a big thing, especially at scale. And there's a lot of other solutions out there that simply set up things differently. So in terms of like numbers, like I know you shared a little bit here, like the response rate is a little bit higher on the Peeker stuff. I think it's like 7.5 versus 4% on average so far. Is there any other things that you've really noticed across the board?
Yeah, I would say it's also like bang for your buck beyond deliver. I mean, for deliverability is the biggest concern, I would say, and bang for your buck as well. Like a lot of these other providers have like a lower sending volume too. Like you might be able to send like 200 to 400 for $100, but like Peeker is also able to subtract the cost heavily, so you're actually able to get more ROI out of it, not just in terms of deliverability, but also in terms of its price point, where it currently sits in the market. And the other thing primarily is the deliverability tracking, and looking at all the metrics of the reply rates from the domain itself and the bounce rate. There are ways to do it, obviously using make.com, but no one got time for that. So like having just one sort of source of truth within Peeker, just saying like, hey, which domains are about to essentially implode, and how easy it is to essentially replace them within Peeker itself is very, very helpful.
Awesome. Well, that's great to see that you're using some of the other functionalities that we have, the reply rate tracking, the deliverability monitoring, and the swapping that we have. That's definitely a huge value add. Like our entire like motto is like, how can we provide way more value for the same type of inboxes, but with all the infrastructure around it, right? So all the automations, all the tracking, all the setup, all the things that are annoying with either creating your own solution, like you said, through Make, or maybe through other providers where you have to manually order or message support to order and things like that. Really, that's what we're trying to do, and really eliminate. So last question for you here. I know you said some pretty great things so far, which I really appreciate. But if somebody's still somehow on the fence from trying out Peeker, what would you say to the agency owner or outbound person or person that sends a lot of cold emails?
So they have three options, right? They either purchase directly from the source, which is very expensive, time intensive, and it's not really efficient. So they go directly to Google. It's not the best way of doing things, or directly to Microsoft. The second thing is using another provider. There's like, there's Hypertype, there's many different Azure solutions. There's also like different Google solutions. But at the end of the day, like the way that the price point is actually, it's more competitive in the market. It's actually priced lower for what is actually able to offer, right? So like in any three situations or any of those situations you look at, Peeker looks like the best alternative. And to give it a shot, right? Like, for less than $100, you're sending 500 emails per day, right? Like it's not even that bad if someone even just tries to use Peeker once, right? Versus if they're using like Google or Zapmail, you're gonna be capped at a certain amount, right? Like, I mean, honestly, like it's not that much to even give it a shot and to see the results firsthand.
All right. Well, there you have it. If you're on the fence, you got to try it out. So, Daniel, thanks so much for the testimonial. I'm going to end the recording here now, but thanks so much for your time and keep sending.
Yeah, awesome, man. Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.